welcome to episode 2. In this episode we're going to have a look at the design process behind building it, how we actually put the model together, and what CAD tools that we use to do that.
Okay, so this is the ArcelorMittal Orbit. This is a 3D model that I got from the Google SketchUp warehouse, and as you can see it's a beautifully complicated sculpture. It's very pretty, but there are no right angles whatsoever, lots of tubular steel, and it's probably about the most complicated thing that you could think to do in Lego. So there are ways we could do it. We could use round bricks and connect them together with Technic pin connectors, but the angles would have to be exceedingly precise, and it also probably wouldn't be very strong. So what we've decided to do is take a slightly separate tack. I've started with this model here, which is a slightly simpler model, and this is actually one that is in the observation deck you can look at. The facets have all been filled in here, so it's the same model, it's the same sort of 3D image, but the facets between the steel connectors have been filled in, which makes it a lot stronger. It makes it much easier to work with. So this is the model that I've used, and then what we're going to do is use some software tooling to convert that into a Lego representation, and hopefully we'll have enough bulk in there to do it. So this is the bit of software that I've used. I can't give you all the names, I'm afraid. I've done a very rough import in to a model that's about sort of 30 centimeters tall. As you can see, it's not very well defined. There's a few things that are wrong on it. It needs some work done to it, but it gives you a basic idea of what we're going to do. Now, there's two ways we could go ahead with this. We could build a very large model using an awful lot of parts, put that into the software. In fact, I've done that. If I pull up the big one, here we go. This is a 2 meter high CAD rendering that I did earlier on. Now, the issue with this, two issues. One is the parts. It uses well over 500,000 parts to do this. The other issue is actually it doesn't look very much like Lego. And if we built this to this size, 2 meters high, well, we'd never get it done in 9 days because of the parts, but it also wouldn't really look like Lego. So what we're going to do is take a slightly different tack, and we're going to use that smaller model that we created and build it in the smaller bricks. So we're going to build first off a prototype, probably using 1x2 plate, and we'll build it up, and then we'll take each of those small bricks and we'll multiply those small bricks themselves by 6 to give us the larger model. So the CAD model at the moment is very rough, and what we're going to need to do first is to actually physically build this prototype, fill in the holes, fix the problems, make sure it stands up, put the lift shaft in, for instance. But once we've done that, we can then go back to this CAD model, and that will give us all the bricks that we need to put together in order to scale it up to make the much bigger model. And then when we have a big model, it'll be 2 meters tall, it'll be nice and strong, we can do it just from basic bricks, and it will actually stay together, which is one of the main concerns. A 2 meter high model is going to weigh over 150 kilos. We need to make sure that although it's going to be roped off, we don't want it falling over and falling down whilst we're trying to build it. So that's the rough plan. We take a small model, build it out of plates, scale it up. We're going to do a 6 times scale on this, so every 1x2 plate will turn into a 6x12 by 6 plates high brick out of regular 2x4 bricks, and then we'll push it up to about 2 meters. So it will look, when we're done, certainly not dissimilar to this big model, but it will be feasible. That arc at the top, especially if we did it with the number of plates that there is CAD model here, it would never ever hold up. It would fall down pretty much as soon as we put it together. If we could put it together, you actually run into the limitations of Lego putting that many plates together. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to be doing with the CAD model, and the next thing to do is going to have a good look at the orbit and double check that all of our calculations are actually correct.